Hi everyone and welcome back. This lock has been in my collection for quite a while and I haven't gotten around to picking it until now, and I'm glad I did. It's a really interesting lock. This is the Medeco Biaxial. You can see the key bitting there, and if you look at the top of the key, you can see there's angled cuts. Where's my tension wrench here? You can see this one kind of angled, sloping down to the left. This one is straight. This one is kind of sloping down to the right, another straight one, and another sloping to the right. My understanding is that these are minus 20 degrees, neutral or 0, plus 20 degrees. Here's another neutral, 0, and here's another plus 20. So the key pins actually sit in these slots, and they rotate depending on the angle cut into the key to align a slot in the side of the key pin with a finger on a sidebar. When we're picking it, we have to manually rotate those pins. And I have to admit, I thought that it would be an incredibly difficult process, but I've actually found it, at least in this lock, to be not too bad. So let's have a crack at it. The key works. Just the cam hits the side of the vise. Let's give those keys a good reset. Or sorry, those key pins a good reset. And let's see how far we can get with this. Counterclockwise tension, moderate tension. I'm not pushing too hard. One is binding. Right. Got a click from it. Feels kind of springy. 2 is springy. 3 is springy. 4 is springy. 5 is springy. So I think 1 isn't quite set, and I think it's not in its true gate. So I'm going to try to rotate it. Might have to let it reset a little bit. There. Okay, I think it's in its true gate. But I don't think there we go. Driver is set now. It's nice and springy. Pin 2 is springy. 3 is binding. Got some counter rotation from it. 4 is springy. 5 is binding a little. Got a click from it. Back to 1. It's springy. 2 is springy. 3 feels... There, it's springy. It was binding a little. 4 is springy. 5 is springy. Back to 1, springy. 2. Give us a little something there. I felt some counter rotation from that. 3. I was pulling it slightly to the left. I got a click, but I think it was something dropping. Yeah, 1 dropped. Got a click. Felt the plug move. It's springy. 2 is springy. I think 3. I'm going to let 3 drop. And see. There. I gave it a little nudge to the left. And it feels springy now. 4 is springy, 5 is binding. Got a click. 1 is binding. Got a click and a false set. 2 is binding. Got some counter rotation and a click. 3 is springy. 4 is springy. 5 is binding again. Got a click. 1 is binding. Got a click and a nice false set. I think that might indicate that the sidebar has retracted. So I think all of the pins are aligned with the fingers on the sidebar now. And it might just be a matter of a couple drivers. One is springy. 2 is springy. 3 is springy. 4 is binding. Counter rotation. And a click. 5 is binding. And it's open. So let's see. I gotta move the camera a little bit. It's giving me a low battery warning. Close that. And let's see if we can get through the gutting quickly. All right. Pinning mat. I'm gonna lock that back up. Tailpiece. You can see the sidebar is on the right. So I'll have to try and capture that. Okay. Got that. Let's get the sidebar out. There we can see the springs and the fingers. You can see the top of the sidebar there. Set that aside. Key pins 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can see in the plug and the little slots along the left side of the key pin holes. That's for little fingers on the key pins. There's the sidebar slot. Let's get these aligned. There we go. Now some of those key pins don't have false gates. I'll get in for a better view. Once we get these out, driver 1 is a standard, 2 is a mushroom, 3 is a mushroom, oops, 4 is a mushroom, and so is 5. Sorry, 5 is a standard. That follower. All of the springs are the same. Did they all come out? No. There we go. Come on. At this point, I'm just really hoping that the battery doesn't completely die on me. rushing a little bit, and that's causing some problems. There's the drill protection wafer, one of them anyway, from the top slot in the cylinder. Then there's another one here at the side. Speaking of the side, you can see the sidebar groove and the Bible holes. Okay. I'm going to move this out of the way and get in a little closer so you can see the false gates and the true gates on the key pins. So this one here, you can see the false gate, sorry, the true gate, that deep groove, and then there's a false gate on the right at the tip of my tweezers, along there. Here's another one, true gate, false gate to the left, and on this one, false gate there, and the true gate to the left of it. These pins have what appears to be spooling, and they do kind of operate, or sorry, they do work as overset traps. So that's about it. And we have the mushroom drivers and the standards. Take another look at the sidebar. You can see that top section there in case it wasn't clear before. And there is a pressed in steel ball. So this end of the sidebar would be at the front of the lock, and imagine that's drill protection there as well. And that's about it. Thank you very much for watching. It's a very interesting lock, and I'm glad that I finally got around to picking it. That's all I have for you, and I'll see you next time. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.